Thanksgiving means friends, turkey, travel, and increasingly shopping. The National Retail Federation says by the end of Cyber Monday, 164 million Americans will either go shopping or will have considered it. By way of comparison, 129 million Americans voted in the 2016 presidential election. We're joined now by Jay Richards, assistant professor in the School of Business and Economics at the Catholic University of America. He's also host of A Force for Good right here on EWTN. So Jay, it seems like most people are getting their Black Friday shopping done now on Thursday on Thanksgiving Day. Groupon, that online website that connects people to discounts, says most people will start their online shopping before they even finish the turkey. So
no, that's right.
In the midst of all of this, how can we give gratitude when we got so much shopping going on?
Well, we do. The good news is that fewer people, it looks like, are actually going to be shopping on Thanksgiving Day. There's a bit of a backlash. The idea of actually shopping on the day of Thanksgiving bothered people. There's stores like Nordstrom that now make a point of not doing that. So I think part of that is because more people are buying online and waiting till Friday. So the good news is that Thursday for Thanksgiving, let it be Thanksgiving. Don't go out and wander the malls even if they're open. That's the first most obvious thing. And then honestly, I can say what my wife is going to make me do is make a list of 30 things that I'm thankful for before we get to cut into the turkey.
That sounds like a really good idea, actually. You recently wrote a column saying gratitude is more than just a feeling. What do you mean by that?
Well, what's funny, it's more than a feeling, but it's not less than a feeling. This is the struggle that I have, is that, of course, if you're an adult and you're fairly mature, you can go through the motions, to thank your wife and thank God for your meals. But how do you feel that? How do you be thankful? That's actually, I find that more difficult. How do I feel thankful? That's the trick, because our feelings, the truth of the matter is, are fleeting. The nice thing about virtue and the way in which we're constituted is that, yes, sometimes we act based on our feelings, but sometimes we act and there's a feedback from our actions back to our feelings. And so I think that's why it's so important to set aside holidays and times specifically for acts of thanks, so that we act thankful and then we eventually become thankful.
Sure. And of course, with many Thanksgiving dinners, families will be talking about what they're grateful for and all of that. So as Catholics, how do we sort of connect gratitude to God?
Every single detail connects to God. In fact, I had a priest yesterday in confession that reminded me of this. It's not just that you should be thankful for your food or thankful for your family or whatever it is. I mean, those are the realities. But every one of us, every moment is sustained in being by God. God's gracious upholding of the universe in existence is a moment-by-moment act of grace for which we can continually remind ourselves.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this. Your wife said make a list of 30. I'm not going to ask you for that, Jay. I'll just ask you, what are you most thankful for this year if you had to pick one?
Honestly, I would say my family. My daughter's been away at college. She's home for Thanksgiving, and it's just really nice to have my wife and both daughters under the same roof for a few days.
That is a great blessing. Jay Richards, host of EWTN's Force for Good and professor at the Catholic University of America. Thanks so much for talking with us.
Great to be with you, White.